Hi guys, this is Simeon from Swedish Homestead. There are some trees that have blown over by a windstorm we had the other day or a few weeks ago. And we are right now here, my brother and me, brother who is a professional lumberjack, and we're gonna get these trees ready and walk you through the process. So now we're gonna show you, this is a spruce tree and they have a ton of branches. The first meters are always dry and old branches, but you need to have a good technique to get rid of all those branches easily with the chainsaw. So my brother Tim, he's gonna demonstrate this for you guys, and he's gonna also share a few thoughts on what's important.
Okay, so what you want to try to get is a comfortable height to work in. And now we have no choice because the wind just laid the trees down. But had we fallen, we could have tried to cut them onto something that sticks up a little bit. Maybe some other logs or a pile of brush or a stump or a big rock. But we, at the same time, we don't want to break the tree by felling it on there. So you have to try to strike the balance, but to get a comfortable height to work in, and that would be about knee height. So you can reach under the tree and you don't have to bend over too much either.
Okay, so the chainsaw, how do you work with that? You want to have it close to your body, right?
Yeah, well, if the branches are very thin, there's a technique where you just take your saw and you sort of take a longer section. First you move it like this, then you lay the saw bar on top, and then take the other side. And then you take a few steps forward, do the same thing. But that's when they're very skinny and thin. Once they're thicker, you want to move on along the trunk in a pattern where we start on one side, you go over to the other side, move forward there, back on the top, take this side, and so on. Along the whole stem, and then after a few meters you take a step back, and if you can reach underneath you try to take the branches that stick down. Something else to consider is that you want to be safe. If you do this effectively and you are good at it, you want to just keep on going, which means you'll also have to take some steps while your saw is running. And the way to do that safely is that you only take steps when your saw bar is on the other side of the stem, so you have the stem or the tree trunk between your legs and your running chainsaw. Okay. Otherwise you want to stand still. If I'm cutting over here, I want to stand still. And also for ergonomics, I always want to try to rest the saw on something so I don't have to hold it with my back. When I'm cutting on this side, I'm gonna try to rest the saw on my knee here in the back. And otherwise I'm gonna lay it on top of the trunk, either this way for the branches that stick right up, or when I'm on this side I'm gonna rest it like this, and I'm gonna use the saw body as sort of like a lever to hit those branches. And you also have to pay a little bit attention to how the branches are bent and the way the tension is, so you don't pinch your saw bar.
Jam it
And
up, yeah.
Yeah, and the bigger the branches, the more important that is.
Okay, well, give us a demonstration.
Also, to do this ergonomically and to save your back, you want to try to avoid to hold your saw entirely as much as possible. And like I said before, you want to try to let it rest. And as you saw me do this, you noticed how I would let the saw roll, so to speak, over the trunk. So I could hit the branches with the side of the saw bar that I wanted and at the right angle. And key for that technique are two things. And one is that you realize that you have this handle here, and it starts way down here and goes way up here for a reason, and that is so that you actually use it, so that you don't try to cut like this and hold it like that, but that you let your hand slide, still with a firm grip though. Never that you like let go of it, but that you hold it and let it slide between your fingers. And the other thing is, in order for it to be able to roll like that, it needs to rest on something. The saw needs to rest on the trunk or on your knee. I cannot hold it here and try to roll it. It's very awkward. But if it's laying here, I can just roll it on the trunk and just control it with my two hands. I use the back handle to sort of steer it and maneuver it, and use this to guide it.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay guys, this is how you cut off the branches of a spruce tree. I guess it would be the same for any kind of evergreen tree that has these thick kind of branches. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my brother being part of it and doing this all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.